Good morning. I'm going to take you along on another day of what I maybe should call intermittent fruitarian. I'm doing intermittent fruitarian. So I'm about to have my workout in about 15 minutes. So I have one small apple and a banana. I made my half decaf coffee with 1 tablespoon of half and half that I've been having every day. So I'm sipping on that and I'm going to whip up my breakfast. I do find that I need to eat around every 2 to 3 hours on this. So there are many meals. So I did this yesterday with frozen mango instead of cherry, and it was really good. I'm going to do a little smoothie, 2 bananas, I think a few ounces of cherries. I don't remember how many mangoes I used yesterday, but I will measure it out. I'm going to add in a little bit of honey, and actually I forgot the coconut water. This is the brand of coconut water I'm using just as the base of the smoothie, and this is leftover from yesterday. I used 1 cup yesterday. This is another cup. So I'm going to throw this together, blend it up, and try not to get too cold drinking that. I will have my warm coffee also to keep my temperature up. All right, so I got my 1 cup of coconut water, my 6 ounces of the frozen cherries, 2 bananas, and 20 grams of honey. It's not bad. I think I like the mango one better, but it's nice for a change of pace. I didn't quite finish my smoothie at breakfast. I got maybe more than half of it, but it is a little after 11 o'clock now. It's been a little more than 2 hours. And so I'm going to go ahead and finish this, and I'm going to have it with 8 dates. It's about 3:45, and I'm going to go ahead and have my protein and starch meal. I have some very lean top sirloin steak. I trimmed it all the way down, and it's very, very lean. And I marinated that in some no soy sauce. That's actually pretty good. I still don't do great with soy, so I do enjoy coconut aminos or this other, it's called no soy sauce, and it's made with a pea protein or a pea something. Anyways, it's quite good, and I don't seem to have the same reaction that I get when I have regular soy sauce. So it is good, and it tastes more like soy sauce than coconut aminos. Anyways, I marinated in that and in some kimchi hot sauce, like a mixture of that. And then I stir-fried it up just with some water, so more like steamed it. And then stir-fried in some cabbage and some white jasmine rice and topped it off with some green onions and cilantro. So I'm going to enjoy this. I find that my starch and protein meal keeps me satisfied for so long. You'd think that after just eating fruit all day, I'd get a bite of protein or something else, and then it'd be like, oh man, the floodgates open and I can't stop eating. But this type of meal satiates me for like nothing else. Like my evenings are so nice because I'm just so full. I do usually have like one more fruit snack before bed, but this meal is incredibly satisfying.
Oh.
Does he have a name?
I don't know. I don't think he does.
You don't think he does? You didn't ask him?
Yeah. He jumps so far.
Mm-hmm. Oh my. I just dropped off the girls at a folk dance. We now live out in the country, and folk dancing is a thing. We're city kids, so we're getting used to all this. So our kids go to folk dances. So I just dropped off the girls there, and I'm just sticking around and going grocery shopping. So I am at Safeway picking up some fruit because I have to go shopping all the time to pick up fruit now, apparently. That is one of the annoying things about this diet, but there's some good deals on fruit, so I'll show you what I got. Mangoes were 2 for $1, so I grabbed a bunch of those. The peppers were 2 for $1. Also, have to get bananas. Grabbed a kombucha for me to sip on here. And then also a treat for me right now is some apricots. There were a few that were ripe, so grabbed a few of those for my evening fruit snack. Killing time, just took a walk to a natural area. It's actually very nice. It's really cool looking. Oh, there's some cool birds and some geese, it looks like. So there's kind of a trail here. So I'm just gonna get some exercise. I brought my evening snack because it's probably a little after 7 right now. And so I at the store I found some dried figs, which looked really good, and then have a couple of apricots. So I am going to eat that at some point here, although I'm not feeling terribly hungry, but I know that I need to eat something more. I hear a train. I know I'm going to need to eat something a little bit more before bed, so I'd rather do that now than wait until right before bed when I'm very hungry. There's the train going by right there. All right, let's get into the data from the day. Here is a view of all the foods I ate for the day from Chronometer. I got in 1,967 calories. And again, if you saw my previous What I Eat in a Day video, I ate less calories today than I have been on days that I'm not filming and tracking. Even though I was aware of this and I was trying to eat more, I still ate less than normal just because I was tracking and trying to meticulously keep the meals separated in order to see the exact blood sugar response and all of that. So I'm going to be making some changes to how I do these videos moving forward. So you'll hear about that later on. Here are all of the nutrients for the day. Again, I'm not going to go over everything, but you can kind of take a peek if you're curious. Definitely low in the fat-soluble vitamins and B vitamins and things like that. Next, we'll check out my blood sugar response on my NutriSense app. I do use NutriSense for my CGMs, or now as they're called, glucose biosensors. If you're curious about getting a glucose biosensor and what NutriSense has to offer, definitely check the link down in the description. And another reminder, this CGM is running at least 20 points high, which is very frustrating, but I have checked it with a finger prick several different times, and it's always been at least 20 points high, sometimes as much as 30 points high. So I have adjusted the range to reflect that. So I have my range set 90 to 160, but that would be, if we adjust for the 20 points high, that would be 70 to 140. Now on to individual meals. First up is my pre-workout snack. I started with a blood sugar of 90, and then 2 hours later, I had a blood sugar of 88. And so NutriSense gave me a 100 on that one. Then my little more than half of a smoothie plus my coffee with 1 tablespoon of half and half. My blood sugar was 94 at the beginning. It peaked at 133, and then 2 hours later it was 89. Then the leftover smoothie plus the dates, my blood sugar started at 89. It peaked at 144, which was the highest peak of the day, and then 2 hours later I was at 91. Next up is the fruit salad with the apple, pear, and banana. I started with a blood sugar of 87, peaked at 141, and then 2 hours later I had a blood sugar of 98. Then my protein and starch meal, I started with a blood sugar of 95. I peaked at a blood sugar of 135. And then 2 hours later, I was 115. You can see the blood sugar went down and then it went back up. I'm not really sure why it did that because I didn't eat anything else, but that is right when I was in the car driving a whole gaggle of girls to the dance. And so could have had something to do with that. Then the evening snack of the figs and the apricots, I started with a blood sugar of 93. I peaked at 124, and then 2 hours later, I was 103. My glucose variability was still in the good range. Anything 14 or below is considered good. 15 to 20 is okay, and then 21 and beyond is not okay. So I've been really happy to see that I've been able to keep my glucose variability in a very good range, even though I am eating a ton of carbs. My average for the day came in at 97, adjusted from that 20-point discrepancy, of course, and NutriSense gave me a score of 95 on the day, which is good. Since I adjusted the range, my time in range at 99% is accurate, so that was very, very good. My minimum was 76, my maximum was 144, my sleep average was 93, and my morning average was 92. Thanks for hanging out with me on this What I Eat in a Day video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will be back again with another video soon.